Hi, I'm Christy Whitman, author of The Art of Having It All, and you're watching The Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And in this episode, we're going to explore how all time is simultaneous and how this is really important to know in order to create having it all in your life. You know, there's a principle of quantum physics which states that all time is simultaneous. And what that means is that unless we consciously release them, all emotions from our past, positive and negative, will remain part of our energetic point of attraction, influencing both the present moment and determining the future that we're in the process of creating. So how we know when the past is having a negative impact on our present and therefore our future? Well, it's not necessarily to delve endlessly into childhood memories or to scrutinize our insecurities or shortcomings. In fact, dwelling too much on the past or getting caught up in what psychologists call the analysis paralysis can in itself become an addiction and an obstacle to moving forward. The only time the past becomes relevant is when it's affecting our ability to create in the present. And we know this by, number one, the way we feel, and two, by the outcomes we produce. If we encounter the same type of obstacles again and again, or if something in the present time triggers old emotions or brings back memories that are still unaddressed or unhealed, these are indications that we're transmitting in our now vibrational energies that are rooted in the past. By releasing the old energy, we change our current vibrational set point and create a clearing for new possibilities to arise. There exists no preordained future for any one of us. We all have thousands of possible future selves, and any one can bring a life through, the power that we focus on. As long as we are unaware of the influence that the past has on our future, we remain powerless to change it and find ourselves instead wondering why we continue to create more of the same. But as deliberate creators, we can design any future we desire by releasing unwanted emotional energy from the past and consciously replacing it with the quality of energy that we do want to permeate our lives. This one shift ushers in a new vibrational set point and therefore an entirely new future experience. By connecting with the it and the all that we desire and establishing an energetic relationship with it, we are literally living into that future experience rather than simply recycling the past. And when we're energetically connected with and living into a bright and happy future where everything works out for us, the future's so bright you gotta wear shades.
I'm doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
We're in the process of magnetizing that bright future to us. How do we know? Because we feel good. By paying attention to your emotions and interpreting their vibrational content, you can both discover the frequency you're sending out and you can alter that frequency. Nothing can happen until you start paying attention to you. And this means listening to your emotions rather than trying to resist, suppress, ignore, or even deny them. What most people don't understand is that when we cut ourselves off from feeling lower level or negative emotions, we're also cutting ourselves off from feeling high, vibrating, positive emotions as well. If we're busy repressing anger or resentment, we also lose our ability to experience passion and love and excitement for the life as well. If we suppress one, we suppress them all. And since we live in a universe where the vibration that we send out forms the energetic relationship between ourselves and what we desire, it's truly essential that we get real and honest with ourselves about the vibrations that we're truly giving off. In other words, yes, we have to allow ourselves to feel. Feeling the full range of our emotions is something that comes completely natural to us when we're younger. That is, and then we're told not we shouldn't. Like little girls shouldn't be angry or stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Many of us disconnected from our emotions just to survive. To feel them would be to risk something completely, it would be totally overwhelming or it would be terrifying. And of course, the longer we have been cut off from our emotions, the more terrifying it can be to face the prospect of actually feeling ourselves again. Trust me, I know this one from personal experience. I was a smoker for 16 years, dabbled in recreational drugs when I was younger, shopped until my credit cards were so maxed out that I had to take out a loan from my grandfather. I sought the attention of men that were definitely not good for me, and even put up with relationships where I was being taken advantage of, all in an attempt to not feel what was really going on inside me. My pattern was to seek self-acceptance by trying to make myself into what others wanted me to be. Instead of me really being informed by my emotions and being real and honest in the moment about how I was feeling, I would suppress my emotions until they reached a boiling point. Because to feel them in the moment as I experienced them was way beyond scary. It was paralyzing. So rather than express my anger and resentment as they arose, I let them build up until I could no longer contain it, and that I would blow up and release them in some very dramatic and sometimes very inappropriate ways. When I first started the psychotherapy 2 decades ago, and later when I began learning about working with energy, I had a lot of resistance to reconnecting with and feeling my emotions. I actually thought I was going to die if I allowed them to come to the surface because they were so intense. I had been repressing them for so long that I really had no idea if I would survive the effect that they would have, not only on me, but those that were around me. What I discovered is that allowing the full range of our emotions is synonymous with allowing all of ourselves and to stepping into the fullness of who we are. Our emotions are far more powerful than our thoughts or words. They are the strongest points of attraction we have, and we will receive back whatever we're asking for through our vibration, whether it's wanted or it's not. So if we don't give ourselves permission to feel our feelings, how can we possibly know what we're vibrating out into the universe? The ability to feel our emotions is the launching point for being able to feel and work with energy. And developing the ability to work with energy is the key to magnetizing all that we want to manifest in our lives. So I got to tell you a little quick Chicago story. When I was in Chicago with my family, I was out with the boys, had spent a really great day with my girlfriend Dawn and the boys. And as we were coming back to the hotel, it was a beautiful 5-star hotel, we were about to get in the elevator, and I had both boys in my hand. I had a couple bags on my shoulder, and I look over, and there was a man that just didn't look like he quite belonged at the hotel. He wasn't dressed properly, just kind of, without trying to make a judgment, it was like I got that feeling of like something's not right here. And then I looked over to my left, and there was another man that also looked like he just isn't quite right. This doesn't feel right. But instead of letting myself completely feel that and listening to that and trusting that, I went ahead and got onto the elevator. So I'm in the corner of the elevator. I got both the boys' bags behind me. And the one man, the first man I looked at, I thought, he's kind of questionable. He got on the elevator with me. And that still kind of felt like, this doesn't seem right. But I didn't do anything. I was paralyzed by my emotions. Then, all of a sudden, the other man started getting on the elevator as the doors started to close. And I swear to God, this really young, tall guy jumps in between the guy and the elevator doors, and he says to him, "You get out." And he points to the other guy, and he says, "You get out." They did. He backed off the door. The elevator's door closed, and this nice young guy turns around to me, and he says, "You were a target. You were just about to be robbed. These men were stalking you. You need to be careful." The doors of the elevator opens up. He goes, "I'm a bellman at this hotel. My name is Marcus." He gets off the elevator. The doors close. And I'm like in shock. Like, what just happened? Like, the boys had no idea. They were on their own little world. But I was completely shocked. It was like, there's Batman. So this situation, the situation that I attracted in the elevator that day, was a perfect match to my internal state of being. Up to that point in my life, I've been really deeply afraid to allow myself to feel fear. So I would repress it or distract from it or talk myself out of it anytime emotions would arise. But the universe doesn't respond to our distraction mechanisms or rationalizations. It responds to our energy. Fear was the energy I was sending out, and what I received in return was an encounter that evoked fear in me. So I share this story as a way to underscore the fact that the law of attraction does not discriminate. It magnetizes to us more of whatever vibration we're already emitting, consciously or unconsciously. The good news is that the more willing we are to become and really listen to our emotions, the more deliberate we can become about the vibrations that we're offering. Everything is a reflection of your vibration, and you are the originator of your vibration that you're sending out. Once you understand that, your power to magnetize grows exponentially. You magnetize more abundance. You generate more ideas and new possibilities. And you draw people into your experience, employers, employees, publishers, assistants, you name it. You get to have the resources that you need to bring any idea to fruition into your life. It all starts with the signal that you're sending out. It all starts with you. Shifting the internal energy that you are bringing into any situation is the key to becoming a powerful creator in every situation. The inner creates the outer. This is a secret to deliberate manifestation and to creating your it and your all. By aligning the vibration of your dominant emotions with the essence of what you desire, you not only magnetize the outer results you want, but more importantly, you also open yourselves up to receive the inner fulfillment that comes from creating them. So identify a specific area in your life, in your finances, your career, your relationship with others, where you feel discontent, frustrated, unfulfilled. Find an aspect of your life where you do not feel like you have it all. Please leave me a comment and let me know how this information has impacted you. Let's continue the conversation. And as always, if you haven't already done so, please go to ChristyWhitman.com and join the family. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. Just remember, the universe is friendly and is always working for you. It's always supporting you in whatever you're asking for. You ask by your energy and vibration that you send out. And you can have your it and your all. Start looking for your own having it all moments and be sure to share them below as well. Have a great week.
I am the artist of my painting. I am the driver of my car. I am the director of my play. And baby, I'm the star.
Are you ready to have it all? When you pre-order your copy of The Art of Having It All today, not only will you get instant access to the digital ebook version that you can read right now, but you'll also get access to over 102 other celebrity interviews where they share their secrets on how they created a life of having it all. Click the link below to discover how you can start having it all right now.